Imagine this. It's the dead of night, April 14th, 1912. The world's largest, most luxurious ship, billed as Unsinkable, is slicing through the icy Atlantic at full speed. Suddenly, a monstrous shadow emerges from the darkness, a 1.5 million-ton iceberg. In just 37 seconds, the Titanic goes from a floating palace to a doomed wreck. Over 2,500 souls perish in one of history's deadliest peacetime disasters. But here's the chilling truth. This wasn't just an accident. It was a cascade of arrogance, ignored warnings, and fatal mistakes. Tonight, we uncover the untold secrets of the Titanic. Secrets that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. On April 10th, 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, bound for New York. At 269 meters long and over 53 meters tall, she was the largest ship ever built, a floating marvel that cost $7.5 million back then, equivalent to a jaw-dropping $400 million today. Commanded by the seasoned 62-year-old Captain Edward John Smith, this wasn't just a ship. It was a symbol of human triumph. Industrial tycoons, famous actors, and hopeful immigrants filled its decks, all chasing dreams across the Atlantic. 2 days into the voyage, on April 12, 1912, the first ice warnings crackled over the radio. The Atlantic was a minefield of icebergs, floating mountains of frozen danger. Ships often shared these alerts, and Titanic adjusted its course twice to dodge them. But here's the kicker. Captain Smith didn't slow down. The ship roared ahead at 21.5 knots, about 40 km/h, barreling toward its fate. This wasn't a small iceberg. It stretched 200 by 400 feet, like a football field, and towered as high as the crow's nest. Scientists estimate it weighed 1.5 million tons. For 10 agonizing seconds, it gouged Titanic's starboard bow. Tiny holes ripped open across 6 of her watertight compartments, 2 more than she could survive. The RMS Carpathia, 107 km away, picked up the signal at 12:20 a.m. They raced toward Titanic, but at top speed they'd need 3.5 hours, time Titanic didn't have. Crew fired rockets into the sky, hoping a closer ship might see. Meanwhile, Smith ordered lifeboats deployed, women and children first. But here's the tragedy. Most passengers didn't panic. Why? They still believed the unsinkable hype. The first lifeboat, built for 65, launched with just 28 aboard. By 2:05 a.m., the last lifeboat dropped. 2,500 souls remained aboard. At 2:20 a.m., the unthinkable happened. Titanic snapped in half. The bow plunged underwater, dragging the stern up right before it, too, sank. Eyewitnesses described chaos, screams, prayers, and the band reportedly playing "Nearer, My God, to Thee" until the end. But here's the twist that'll haunt you. Another ship, the SS Californian, was just 37 km away, close enough to save everyone. They'd warned Titanic of icebergs earlier that night, then shut off their radio at 11:15 p.m. and stopped for the night. Titanic's flares lit up the sky, visible from Californian's deck. Their crew saw them but dismissed them as party fireworks. Captain Stanley Lord refused to act. Had he responded, history might be different. The Titanic disaster reshaped the world. The International Ice Patrol was born in 1914 to track icebergs. The Solis Treaty mandated enough lifeboats for all. In 1985, Robert Ballard found Titanic's wreckage 3.8 km underwater, split in 2. Today, bacteria are devouring what's left. By 2030, she'll be gone. Over 110 years later, Titanic's story grips us, a tale of human brilliance undone by hubris. What do you think? Could this have been avoided? Who bears the most blame? Drop your thoughts below. If you were captivated, check out our Bermuda Triangle video next. Until then, stay curious and stay safe on the high seas.